Welcome to Storytime by TCTS Ministries, The Tall Tree. I had to spend a week in my bedroom for getting into trouble in school. No matter how hard I tried explaining to my mom that it wasn't my fault, she just continued refusing to listen. I had begun getting really irritable and began angrily punching the mattress. Mom came in and gave me the third degree and told me that I wouldn't be in my current predicament if I knew how to be more responsible. She got quiet and began staring into my eyes. She then asked me if I wanted to go outside. A big smile stretched my face as I then nodded. I jumped up from the bed, raced over to the closet and grabbed my jacket. But when I turned back around, Mom was already gone. When I went to look for her, I found her in the living room sitting on the couch as if she was waiting for me. She told me to stay in the yard before then giving me a nod of approval. I was so excited, I raced through the kitchen, out the back door, and into the backyard. I quickly made my way over to a tall tree and began staring up to the top as my imagination then began to get the best of me. I was wondering if there was a different world up there as in the cartoon Jack and the Beanstalk. I looked and saw a long knotted rope reaching from one of the higher branches to the ground. There was also an old office chair leaning against the tree. I climbed onto it before then jumping onto the rope as the chair then fell over onto its side. I began climbing higher and higher when I then heard the cracking of the branch. I stopped moving, hoping the branch wouldn't break now that I was high up into the tree. Suddenly, the branch broke, sending me to the ground onto one of the chair legs. For a short moment, I felt numb as I then rolled off the chair before then struggling up to my feet. I began feeling a throbbing pain in my mid-back. I took off my jacket and reached my hand underneath my shirt and began gently touching the spot of pain when I then retrieved my hand with blood on my fingertips. I immediately became frightened, thinking of the worst scenario in case I had to go to the hospital. I definitely did not want Mom to know what had happened to me because, after all, I was trying to win her trust. I heard her voice calling for me from one of the windows, but I didn't answer as I then made my way into the house through the back door into the kitchen area. Mom yelled from the living room wondering what I was doing. I told her that I was only going to the bathroom before then entering in and gently closed the door behind me. I was very nervous as I reluctantly began moving slowly over to the mirror to see the extent of the injury on my back. I turned around while slowly lifting up my shirt and began staring through the mirror at my back. But to my surprise, there was only a small scratch. A sigh of relief then echoed from my lips as I began silently thanking God for my accident not being any worse than what it was. Listen. By falling onto the legs of that chair could have left me either with a punctured lung, a punctured kidney, or even death. I give praise unto God for seeing to it that neither of those horrible scenarios had happened.